Hi. All right. I'm back and with the Philadelphia Indigo bike system data set, and I'm in a new seated position, as you can see on my camera. Um, but that's not what's important. So last time we made a few aesthetic updates to this map, or not just the map, but to this Power BI report in general. Now I want to do something, maybe make it messy again, but do something a little bit analytical. So I love geographic data and just the different insights we can get from that. And so I want to know, we could look at the look at the distribution of the points here across the city, and I do notice just that there's a lot more of the red, well, to the south and in the center here. Um, and it made me think just about what else is distributed um, differently across the city. So one thing I'd like to do is to define a center point. Now, there's a lot of different ways we could do that. We could just look up what is considered a center point in Philadelphia. But in this case, I'm going to use the actual latitude longitude data that we have available to us, and that's something that almost any time you're dealing with point data, you can do. So this is not it's not going to take into account any of the different geographic uh, features here. Like there's rivers and there's different roads and stuff. So even though we'll pick a middle point, it's not necessarily the easiest point to get to. But still, let's just map it and see what we're looking at. So the first thing we can do is we have all the latitude longitude data, and I want to define a measure for the entire city. And um, I'm just to get the center. We could do the average, we could do the mean, or we could do the median. I'm going to choose to do the median here. So we're going to get a mean latitude or a median latitude and a median longitude. So I'm going to define a measure. Click over here to the right, new measure. Put myself down here, new measure, and um, I am going to intentionally make a mistake here. I'm telling you that now. So if your ears perk up when you hear my description, it will make more sense. So median latitude for this entire data set, um, and median latitude, I'm just going to type median and then Philadelphia bike docks. Well, and latitude. So that seems really straightforward, like it should work. Um, but the problem is, I'll show you. Median latitude, we can pull out this latitude overall, and it's 39.95. Um, maybe that's right, maybe. And it actually probably, it is right for all of the rows in this table. But when I pull in something like a feature name, let's make this just a table so we can see. Oops, added a table here. Clicking back on the table down there for the chart. Oh, we can see that this median latitude is actually changing. It's a measure, and that's context dependent. And then we in this table visualization, we've given it a context, which is the row, the name of each bike dock. And so we're getting the median latitude for that bike dock, but that doesn't tell us the median latitude for the entire city or the entire system. So I need to go back and give it a more better way of understanding the because we want the median latitude for all of this. So now we're going to wrap this in a calculate. You see calculate, we're going to give it the expression we want, median latitude. And there are definitely a few ways to do what I'm doing here. So I'm going to use, in this filter pane, I'm going to change the change the context for this calculation to all. So you can do earlier, you can do all. We're just going to do all of the Philadelphia bike docks table. So then when it calculates, it's going to forget this context and going to use the context of the whole table. So when I click that, let's see here. Oh, all right, cool. So 39.5, we remember seeing that before. So 39.5 is our median latitude for the whole data set, and it doesn't take the context of the bike docks. So let's do the same thing for longitude real quick, and then we'll be able to see where this is on a map. Median longitude. Oh, and do the calculate again. Median. Got our longitude column. And this is, of course, it's not necessarily the median of all the docks. Each dock actually has a number of places, a number of bikes there. So each row is actually for a bike dock, not just for the set of 12 or 30 docks, whatever the site has. So sorry, I've been changing those names back and forth. So I'm going to use all again, and then across the Philadelphia bike docks. We've got this, and so we've got median longitude, median latitude, and now what we can do that I'm excited about is we can calculate a distance to we're going to calculate a distance to this median point. So each one of these bike docks will have a distance. So we're going to make that into a measure. Actually, let's make that into a measure and a column. This is something I do pretty frequently is define a measure. It's useful later. Distance to center. There's something else I want to do about this, but distance to center. So we've got our latitude distance, and then we'll have our longitude distance, but the latitude distance will just be, and we're going to square it. So we're looking for latitude minus. Oh, you know what? I should be doing this as a column. Oops, mistake. I could certainly do this with using like a first non-blank, but I don't want to do that. We'll just take it as a column for now. I should have grabbed that. So dist to center. We're going to press Alt, enter, and then define our first variable as x, or I keep saying x, but lat dist squared is going to be our latitude minus the median latitude, and I probably should have already. I'm going to put that in parentheses, square it, then I'm going to var long distance squared, and we're just doing some basic distance calculations here from some geometry. So we want to return the square root of the sum of these two numbers, because we're making the distance is basically can be defined as I want to say a triangle, but that isn't always right, because if they have the same latitude or longitude, then it's just a line. But well, it's a line either way, but it's just either vertical or horizontal line. square root of these two added together. So this is going to give us, for each of the bike docks, it's going to give us a distance to the center. So we don't need the median longitude anymore, but we need the distance to center. Oh, okay. And so there's definitely a trick we can use to change those degrees. There's a few tricks we can use to change those degrees into distances, but we'll have to cover that another time. And now instead of, let's see, I'm going to change the legend here just for funsies from kiosk type. I am going to put distance to center in here. We'll just take the median distance to center. Well, for each location, it will be the same, but we don't want the sum because that will depend on the bike docks. All right, bubbles. I want to change the color. I want to make this look cool. So bubbles. I'm going to go to colors, choose the function, and I want. I definitely don't want that. Let's choose a more fun color. So sum of latitude and longitude. I don't really. Oh no, we want the distance. Distance to center. Summarization. We'll just look for the median, and there we go. Cool. So we've made it so that the ones in the center are red. They're closest to the actual center. That makes sense. And the outside is blue. That's okay, but that almost isn't that useful. There's probably some other amazing things we could do there. So I am interested to see. I'm going to do this real quick because I got to go. But I'm super curious to see here. Add something for me to clean up later, probably. Okay. I'm going to take this and change it to a scatter plot. And on the x-axis, we have distance to center. And I don't want the sum. I want the median, and then I want the number, the dock number. So we'll look at, my hypothesis is we have got a lot higher dock numbers here. We've got some small ones, and then, oh, okay. So this is going by distance. Oh, it's okay. We've got dock number as a, as text rather than a value. So total docks, there we go. Oh, interesting. So we've got the highest total docks. I wonder, oh, wow. Okay, University City Station. All right. Well, I need to go, but interesting to see whether this that was fun to do. And we can look at these a little bit next time as well. All right. Thanks. Bye.